Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel called IVD Manufacturing. So today we'll be discussing on a topic called Plant Master File, which is familiar known as PMF across the Indian IVD manufacturer. So what does this PMF means? So a Plant Master File is a comprehensive document that provides a very detailed information about the manufacturing site or the manufacturer facility where this medical device is going to get manufactured. This PMF basically, which is Plant Master File, it helps the CDSCO authority. When I say authority, it means the CLA or the SLA to assess or evaluate whether the manufacturing facility complies with the quality management system, which is as per ISO 13485 norms. Second, has adequate infrastructure, controls and processes in place, is capable of producing safe and effective medical devices. So these are the very three minimal requirements which CDSCO is going to check or keep an eye on this document, which is a plant master file. Or you can say the PMF is basically a blueprint of a manufacturing site. Looking to the PMF will ensure or it will help to understand the person how this manufacturing facility is built upon. So, as per CDSCO MDR 2017, this submission of PMF is very important, right? So, my friends, ये तो क्वेश्चन समझ में आया कि PMF इम्पोर्टेंट ही क्यों है, लाइक इसकी जरूरत क्या है? So basically PMF submission is required along with the manufacturing license application, the loan license applications, import license application, and the site inspection and audit. So these are the four mandatory requirements that why the PMF is required. Basically, this requirement is totally aligned with the Schedule 5th of MDR 2017 and international standard like ISO 13485. So now let's go little bit deep more into the PMF. Like when you're going to draft the PMF document, what are the things which are going to capture in this document, right? So Plant Master File typically includes the following section. The number one is the general information. When I say general information, it means we are going to speak about the manufacturing site. When I say manufacturing site, it means a name, address, the site ownership detail. When I say site ownership detail, it means the plot where this factory is set up. That plot is either owned by a legal manufacturer or it is taken on loan basis or on the contract basis, right? So you also need to define this nature of the land. The contact detail of an authorized person. So usually what happens, the authorized contact detail basically belongs from the QA department, right? Usually, like it's a quality assurance department. And we also need to mention the scope of the manufacturing site. Like scope means whether the site will be involved in the design and development, sales, distribution, shipping, all those types, right? So this scope should match with your ISO 13485 certification when you're going to get the certification from the authorized notified body, right? So this was the general information. Second, you are going to speak about the manufacturing activities, right? When I say activity, it means what kind of medical devices are you going to get manufactured? The type of medical devices, mainly the classification. When I say classification, it is class A, B, C or D. Plus you are also going to incorporate the manufacturing process flow chart right from the incoming of the raw material till the shipping of the finished goods from your site. Point number 3 will be talking about the quality management system, right? What kind of standards is a factory complying with it? Whether it's a 14971, 13485 or as per the software IAF and whatever, like it's based on the total requirement. You're also going to code about your quality policy and the objectives and how you're going to control your document and the record management. Very basic information you need to capture in the PM, not in detail, because your detail is already covered in the quality manual. Fourth, we are also going to talk about the personal and the organization, like how your organizational structure is looking like. What is a hierarchy? Is it a flat hierarchy, or top to bottom, or bottom to top, like, right? Who are the key person involved in the manufacturing activity? I mean the key technical and the quality person. How we are going to impart the training? I mean basic information, which SOP links with what training procedure. Then we'll be talking about the premises and the infrastructure. When I say premises and infrastructure, it means you're going to sketch a layout of a manufacturing site, the clean room detail, I mean whether it belongs to which ISO class, class 7, 8, 9, the environmental control. When I say environmental control, it means your site, I mean a particular room where your manufacturing activity is going to get carried. Will it be under the temperature control? If yes, what is the range of the temperature? Whether it requires a special condition like relative humidity. So all this stuff you need to mention against the environmental control. You also need to mention about the pest control procedure, because this site is going to manufacture a medical devices, and based on the classification there is a high risk that any contamination or any pest or any kind of abnormality or the external environment is going to impact the end result of your product, right? Then we'll be talking about the equipment and the instruments. Like you also need to list down all the instruments which are there in your site, right? So you need to give your master list of equipment. Give the reference of equipment qualification records such as IQ, OQ, PQ or IOPQ, right? The calibration and the preventive maintenance plan for a particular year. You also need to mention about your equipment, whether it's calibrated or non-calibrated, right? Then we'll be speaking about the production and process control. How we are going to control your production process, my friends? So basically, whenever you are going to do a site manufacturing or the manufacturing site establishment, you need to do a process validation. And this is mainly done on the 3 test batches, my friends. When you're going to prove that the site what you have done the setup, it's not going to impact your product. It is giving all the requirement which your product wanted from it. You are also going to define the in-process control, I mean the in-process QCs during the production stages when it's spent for 10 days or 20 days. Let's say if my manufacturing activity is going to get for next 10 days, the dispensing portion. So I need to do a QC of dispensing on a certain interval of time on a daily basis, where I need to check a volume verification, the labeling verification and so on. Then you also need to define the change control procedure. If you are going to bring any change in the process, there should be a control procedure. Then speaks about the QC and testing requirement. How are you going to perform the various QC on the raw material right from the incoming stage till the finished good release. The test method and the acceptance criteria. So my friends, speaking so far on the 8 points, we'll be speaking about the storage and the distribution. How your warehousing condition will be looking like. How are you going to control your inventory? What will be your traceability system? So these are the things which you need to keep in your mind while making a PMF. Then is a very important topic, which is the risk management and the vigilance. So risk management procedure as per ISO 1497 should be incorporated in your PMF, or a reference should be given for a risk management SOP, the complaint handling and the adverse event reporting for the medical devices when it fails in the field. So when is this PMF submitted? So PMF is submitted along with the license application via online CDSCO portal during regulatory inspections. And whenever there is a significant change in manufacturing facility, you need to revise this PMF, the PMF document, and re-upload in the portal. One thing you please remember, that this document is not a one-time make document. It goes under repeated revision. It's a living document, my friends. When I say living document, it means your PMF should go under multiple revision the moment you introduce any change in your facility, right? But usually what happens, my friends, कुछ लोग काफी mistake करते हैं. There is a common mistake when they do in the PMF. What are those? And this mistake are usually identified during the audit, right? This audit can be either be done by the CDSCO approved authority or the other notified body coming from the different certifications. First of all, the layout what you are coding in the PMF, it will differ from the layout which is hanging on your wall across your facility. So these are the audit observation which is usually made. Your PMF will have a layout of revision 00, whereas the layout which is displayed will be having a revision 01 or whatever, 0 AB or something like that. So you need to keep in your mind, my friends. There could be a mismatch in the equipment list, because what happens when you code a 10 equipments in the PMF, but later on what you do enhance in the scale up plan, or due to doing any kind of R&D stuff, you introduce some new machineries. That machine is not a part of your PMF. So this is a very big mistakes. Then the mismatch between the SOP and the actual practice, my friend. This is a very common deviation which occurs whenever they do the audit. Your PMF will say, hey guys, follow this control procedure, the pest control. But in reality, you won't be adopting that practices in the site. So there is a difference. Then the document could be missing some kind of validation documents and so on. So why is this PMF important? So basically, what is happening now? Nowadays we blame CDSCO too much, that CDSCOs are taking so much of time. Why they are taking so much of time for expediting the license? It's because of not the CDSCO, it's because of our failure as a manufacturer, right? Why? Because we never draft a document in a better way, the way CDSCO want, right? So a good PMF will speed up your license approval, reduce audit observations, demonstrate the regulatory compliance, and last, it builds the confidence you with the CDSCO inspectors. So that's all for today's video in this plant master file under the CDSCO MDR 20FM. If you found this video helpful, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment if you want a video on device master file or schedule 5th compliance. Thanks for watching. Till then, take care. Bye bye.